one time, the last time the power went out, not this time, I heard the Hattest knocking on the elevators, being like, "Is there anyone in the elevators?" So, I don't know. Ever since I'm a kid, I have really bad claustrophobia, and I was stuck in an elevator as a kid with my mom, and there was a fire in the building. So,
Don't worry, like if you, by the way, if you get stuck in the elevator somehow, I'll
yeah,
break the elevator for you.
I hope so. Thanks, babe.
No need to worry, bro.
You'll go.
Yes. I'll open it. Don't worry.
Thanks, babe. Gaming chair, yeah. And a pillow here. We have a lot of pillows. I'd pass smooth out. Me too. I would panic and start bouncing around the elevator like, let me out, let me out. Oh no, Queen of Darkness, did you freak out?
With others?
Yeah, that would be bad. What if you have to pass gas or something? I've been scared to death. Yeah.
But for how long? You got stuck. What? Diana said it in Arabic. No, I love you.
What's that mean?
Like sleep tight.
Oh, shukran, darling Diana. Scapegoat, that's a bonus.
Hopefully you folks
You
can
got
hear me.
yourself a good one
Hello,
there.
hello, hello.
Let her rip, tater chip.
Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. All right, let's get this
I
show
love it.
started.
They make you dizzy, little bit.
All right, I'm going to mute Chantel for a second. We got Chantel live for just a bit. That's not going to be the main focus of the show tonight because Chantel's been a little bit boring. But hey, let's see what's going on, right? I know she had some big news today. Big news, big news, big news, really big. Even bigger than our main. Well, no, not really. All right, let's welcome you folks in. Let's say hi to everybody. Yes, and let me introduce myself. This is Dr. Phil, everybody's favorite fake doctor. I think that as a fake doctor, it is my job to diagnose fake people on the YouTube. So the fake people we are diagnosing tonight is a Foodie Beauty, Chantel. We've got Glitter and Lasers, and we've got a Sweet Madness. Okay, so let me welcome you folks in. Welcome in, IC847. Good to see you again. Cracking me up already. Oh, I'm glad you liked the intro. Can't wait to watch the replay tomorrow. Have a great show. Yes, absolutely, IC. Glad to have you in. Always pleasure. Hopefully you enjoy that. Welcome in, Nutty. Welcome in. Grim Squirrel of the Bed Bow Dark. Well, let me put on Chantel actually quietly. Let's let her bees in the background.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something. I don't know.
Oh, she's ending it. Okay, perfect
as soon
timing.
As my back feels well enough, we'll go out again.
Yeah, she's just talking about nothing. Really not a lot to say.
Or something, and I can do.
If anything exciting is going on, you'll folks let me know, I hope, right? Okay, let me finish welcoming you in. Welcome in, Fatty to Fed. Welcome in. Empress Shavadid, welcome in. Glad to have you tonight. Crochet away. Oh, Nirvana, welcome in. Good to have you tonight. Hopefully you're feeling well. Live and clear. Excellent. So you can hear me. Fantastic. Welcome in, Nancy. Yes, you are early tonight, Nirvana. Okay, everybody. Well, let's get it started. Let's see what's going on. Good to see you, Nutty. Yes, and let me take down the little disclaimer here real quick. That's enough of that. Hopefully you folks know the story. Okay, so Foodie today,
I like that place. I like the cappuccino I had.
Yeah, nothing's going on with Foodie. She had a big event today, apparently. Her power went out. Yeah, that's the big event. A bunch of nothing. Big bunch of nothing. Welcome in, Vanders XL. Yes, hopefully you're having a great day, everybody. You too. All right. So yes, our main subjects for tonight, we've got a retro react with Foodie. We've got a new video on Sweet Madness, or actually a replay of an old video, but I don't think anybody's seen it here before. Hope maybe not. Yeah, the current Foodie is so boring, Nirvana. I like to cover Foodie a little bit just because I think sometimes she's a little bit interesting. I like to cover how she's really just gotten so big. But as far as her like storylines, there's just nothing going on right now. I keep waiting to see the new season with Salaba. It's just not happening. Oh, yes, please, everyone. If you're enjoying the content, please click subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And please click that like button if you'd like to see more. Okay, yeah. Welcome in, Blue Eyes. Welcome in. Yeah, the new Chantel live is just really nothing going on. I tried tuning in before I came on here. It's just a whole bunch of nothing. So let's cover something a little bit more interesting. Let's start off with our main subject of tonight. We're not going to delay it. We're going to start it off. So let me put on the video. Miss Nada Beezer here. Yes. Commercial whaling in 2024. Is it still a problem? Yes, it is. Glitter and Lasers will not stop commercializing herself, commercializing her really I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Her very, very basic lifestyle here. She insists on being a sponsored and commercialized entity. And we're going to see that here with her Disney cruise. So let's get a look at this cruise. Let me pull this up real quick. So give me a moment here as I pull up the tab. And we're going to see Glitter Lasers Disney cruise. That's right. She got a free trip to Disney World, Disneyland. No, apparently Disney has a private island now. Or apparently they have multiple private islands, but this is a new one called Lookout K, apparently. Is it a fun trip? Is it not? Let's see what Glitter and Lasers has to say. Okay, so let me show the video. All right. Her adventure vlog in Lookout K. Anybody here? I know we've talked before about cruises. This one's really more of a vacation on an island, though. It's more of a Caribbean vacation. I'm from South Florida, so I've been to the beach plenty. I feel like I'm qualified to judge if it's a fun beach, if it's a fun vacation. I've been to Disney World a few times, so hopefully I can offer some insight. If anybody here has been on a Disney cruise or has been to the Caribbean, please, I'd love to get your opinion, what you think of this vacation, and also what you think of Anna as a presenter. I'm not a huge fan, but I don't want to taint anybody's opinion if they're seeing this video for the first time. So let's let it get started. Oh, and of course, let me link the channel. I always, to be fair, I always link the source of my videos so that you can see it without me blabbing over it if you'd like to get a live, uncut version. Oh, yes, Mandrews, we are going to be doing a retro react as well. So I think that's really going to be interesting to cover. The way I think it's the last time that Salah and Chantel really tried to present themselves as a family, as a real couple. So we're going to be watching that later. In my opinion, the biggest single event since they got to Kuwait was that camping trip. And that's what we're going to be watching. But okay, Glitter and Lasers. For our first subject of the night, Glitter and Lasers. It's real. In 2024, it happens. So already, what I'm noticing, big difference from this one and the last vacation we saw Anna on. On the last one, she just kind of stayed in her room and didn't really go out on the ship. She did go to two of the events. On a 5-day cruise, she left the boat, what appeared to be two times to go out to an on-site vacation. But here she's filming a lot of the, they call them the cast members, we'll say the employees, the crew members of the ship. So I like the video already better because it's showing more of the trip. It's showing less of Anna, so I like that.
So we're in Fort Lauderdale, and we are here.
Fort Lauderdale, South Florida. I am from South Florida. Actually, Fort Lauderdale was basically where I was raised. So I feel like I have a little bit to say. I think Foodie's worn him down. Salah, I think she's worn him down. But in some senses. Oh, Fatty DeFed grew up near the original Disneyland in SoCal, but hates cruises. So I don't know about a Disney cruise. Well, Fatty DeFed, I'm interested to get your opinion, everybody's opinion, because I've never really been on a cruise. I've been on plenty of vacations. So camps, we got Foodie as the penguin, and we've got Anna as the walrus. We got our full sea mammal thing. And then again, just also, by the way, anybody who's not familiar with where I stand on Anna of Glitter and Lasers, don't have a problem with her enjoying herself. I wish she'd wear a little bit more clothes. I wish she'd be a little bit more sociable. I wish, but as far as just enjoying herself on the cruise, hey, enjoy yourself, Anna, right? But let's see how she enjoys herself. She doesn't seem so bad on this one. I think because it's sponsored. I think she really tries to put on a good video this time, but let's see how she enjoys herself.
with Disney because we are going to be going on a cruise.
And I'm going to say this: I have seen this video before, but only very briefly, just to quickly skim it. First off, what am I going to say? I like Anna's makeup is looking good here. Her skin is looking as clear as I've ever seen it. So, good job on that.
To check out the new island at Lookout Key. There's a whole bunch of people. You can see them.
Agreed,
And
Nirvana.
We're just waiting for
Agreed.
a bus
Oh,
to take us to the cruise.
Although good food, not to spoil this, the food is pretty disappointing. The food that they actually get eaten, that they actually eat on site is pretty disappointing, but I don't want to spoil what it is.
Port so we can get on board. We're on the bus. The light is giving photo shoot. It's giving drama.
Honestly, Andrews, I think she puts her bra on, like, I think she steps into it and pulls it up from the bottom. Oh, no, actually, no. To be real, that would fit like that. I think she does it the other way. She just pulls it on over. All right, whatever.
It's giving eyes. We're in a parking garage. It's the loading ゃ. I realized we made a grave mistake when everyone behind us.
Can you hear, folks? Let me turn this up. We can hear it. Let me catch up on some comments too.
Drop the ball on that one. We've hit a little bit of chaos because we are now boarding.
All right.
And
so first off, this is a Disney cruise. So of course they've all got their Mickey ears on. But you know what? I'm a bit of a kid in that sense. You've never been to a beach, Blue Eyes? I'll tell you, the beach is fun, but it's a bit overrated. But if you've never been there, I think it's worth going at least once. Yeah, and welcome in, Blue Eyes. I don't know if I welcome you in tonight. And welcome in, Camps, of course. Been on a plane once in my life, and that plane ride took me to the Bahamas, first and last out of the country. Never been to any Disney. Did you enjoy your Bahamas trip? I have to ask. I know it can be really hot, depending what time of the year you go. But if you like the beach, it's pretty nice. Welcome in, Bovi. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a great night. Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. I haven't been to Disney in a long time, so I don't know. I can't say how it is now, but I did used to enjoy it when I did go there. Nutty is not a fan of the beach. Sand, salt, dead fish smells, and flying sea rats. I'll say that as far as the beach goes, I've been to beaches I love. I've been to beaches I don't love so much. If the sun is really, really intense, it can make it a little bit tough to enjoy the beach because you have to keep applying the sunblock or you're going to get sunburned. Maybe some folks they tan better than I do, so they don't need as much sunblock. But I find that's something that's an issue for me at least. Oh yes, and everybody, leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you think of Disney cruises and what you think of your vacations. If you've ever been on a cruise, if you've ever been to the Caribbean, let me know what you think versus Anna's trip. See, is this typical? Welcome in, Mouse Toes. I missed you coming in there. Where are you, Mouse Toes? Oh, there you are. Welcome in, Mouse Toes. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome in, Tammy Vaselli. Hopefully you're having a good night as well. A luxury cruise is amazing, in the words of Mouse Toes. I've never been on a real cruise. I've been snorkeling, though. I've been out. I've been on boats before, but never been on a true cruise ship. All right. Like to keep your feet on land. No problem. No problem. Yeah, she does get a free vacation, and she doesn't complain about this one quite as much. Yeah, I can imagine, Mouse Toes. It looks like that. Disney is usually pretty good at handling crowds, but Disney Compton, lots of gunfires. Is there really a Disney in Compton? I think that's a joke, but I mean, I could just be very out of touch. Oh, yes, let me say something, by the way. Props to Anna on this one. She does not wear the bikini as much. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with covering yourself a little bit. Okay, so hopefully I welcomed everybody in. If I missed anybody, my apologies. I know there's a lot of folks, a lot of great chats. Sometimes I miss some, but the show must go on. And it's just tag me if I missed you. Hopefully I'll catch you.
Everybody wants to get on the ship, so everybody's like, woo! All aboard!
Oh, and anybody who has been on cruises, let me know how this compares on average. So embarkation and debarkation is always chaotic, according to the chat. So, yeah, I can see that. So far, this looks decent. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look bad. It looks very, I got to see more. Let's see a little more.
Sounded like Mickey Mouse at the end. Hey, are you ready to get your name yelled?
I am with you there, Nutty. I am not a fan of sand, although I will say I've been to plenty of sandy places that are not the beach. Like imagine being Foodie and being out in the desert. You know, she gets sand all the time and rarely even gets to go to the beach. So. I forgot about the seagulls, but yes, seagulls can be very aggressive. Anybody who's never been to the beach, the seagulls will aggressively like take your food if you're not careful. You don't fight them over it.
So we are now
Welcome
on
in, Doc.
board. We're going to go have a little lunch and then.
Thank you. That's a great point. It's tough to enjoy a trip when a vacation on the beach when you're not really able to enjoy being outside to that extent. Glitter and Lasers likes to pride herself on being fit for her size, but in my opinion, she's not really able to make take full advantage of the amenities offered on the trip. But let's see what I mean by that. Let's let it play. And again, there's anybody of any size can go on a trip, but I feel like she's not enjoying it as much as she could, and it doesn't mean she shouldn't go, but is she being 100% straight up with her audience about what she's really able to enjoy and what she's not able to enjoy? But let's watch and find out.
Honestly, just chill. I don't know how much I'm going to vlog on this. I mostly want to cover the new island because I think that's the most exciting thing.
Especially on a trip with Disney. I don't know if that's why Glitter decided to put on to not wear the bikini as often. But if it is, respect to her. If it's just a coincidence, well, at least it was a good one.
And I'm not an expert in reviewing cruises, but we'll see.
Okay, that's too loud now. That's too loud. Let me turn this down just a little. Okay, one thing I do like about this video, unlike the other cruise video, Anna is at least doing a good job showing the amenities of the ship to an extent. We're seeing a performance here. We're seeing the performers. We're seeing Mickey dancing around. So I like that we're at least getting an idea of what the trip is like. I'll say this. I think I can respect her going here on her own on these kind of cruises, but I feel like this kind of a cruise is something that I don't want to say, anybody of any size can enjoy it, but I feel like Anna's enjoyment is somewhat limited by her size. And I'm not saying she shouldn't go because she's big, but I feel like she's not 100% honest with her audience about some of the inconveniences she has to endure. Like, look at this chair. This chair is not going to be comfortable when you're Anna's size. And I'm not saying she can't go or she shouldn't sit on the chair, but that's one of those things I feel like she just kind of glosses over, that the accommodations don't really work at that size. Right? She does have a friend with her on this trip. Yes. I don't know if she met her on the trip though or not. Yeah, and she is loud and childish, Mouse Toes. That's something that I have to agree on. Everybody's entitled to be themselves, but Anna treats everybody like they're props on a movie set. Okay, that's an interesting tip.
Okay. So we're about to get off.
All right, now I don't know why Anna has to do this stuff here. Like this, I don't get. I don't get this. Like whatever. I'm not going to dwell on this video.
But first,
let's let this play.
I'm coating myself in sunscreen. It's going to be hot.
It's like she wants people to look at her body. Like, I don't get it. It feels very exhibitionistic to just always be having the bikini on. It just, I don't think, not trying to be rude, but I just don't think this looks good. I don't think Anna looks good like this. And I think that she'd look much better in an outfit that flattered her body a little bit more. I just can't think of anything less flattering than these bikinis. And she insists on wearing them. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like if I saw a big fat guy walking around in a Speedo, I would say, hey, bro, put on a shirt, put on some shorts. Like, it doesn't look good. I don't know why she insists on showing her body constantly. I don't get it.
And I don't want to burn. Also, you guys always are worried about.
She doesn't want to burn. So why don't you cover yourself just a little bit if you're so concerned about burning?
I burn. I get really flushed, like really flushed.
Oh,
when
now
I
that's
am in
cool.
heat. So
Now, Summer Cats, welcome in, Summer Cats. And I don't want to be biased. Everybody's entitled to enjoy what they enjoy. But I'm somebody who I would think I would really enjoy getting to see ruins from pre-Columbian civilization like that. I think that'd be really cool. And seeing wildlife, I always enjoy seeing wildlife. I will say that the rainforest is definitely a little more hot and humid than I would enjoy in general, but at least I would enjoy seeing the ruins and the wildlife and all that. I would definitely enjoy seeing that, even though the heat and humidity would be a bit of a turnoff. Oh wow. Well, it happens, right? I mean, you know, they are very you know, they are very aggressive, and they don't shy away from anything, even danger. Welcome in, Grab Apples. Welcome in. And welcome in to anybody I missed. My apologies. Yeah, the seagulls and snatching the food and everything. I respect the animals, but they got to respect us too, right? Agreed, Fatty to Fed. And I feel like Anna doesn't. I like the way that she at least addresses it sometimes, but I feel like she kind of glosses over a lot of it. Welcome in, Aloof. What the hell is this shit? This is Anna assaulting us with her body. This is her taking it. And I feel like this is troll bait. I feel like Anna wants people to leave comments that say she doesn't look good just so she can call them fat phobic. I really do. I feel like this is intentional. I feel like she does this because she knows this is going to draw attention and she can monetize it.
It's just that. I fortunately have not really burned this summer at all. And that's because
Agreed, Doc. You need something flattering.
I wish you guys could see how like beautiful it is. Actually, I'll turn the camera around in a second. I mean, look at that. That's the beautiful.
Hey, Crab Apples, you know what? We're all a little bit insecure. And I'll tell you something else. You know, Crab Apples, I really do believe and that people who have a little bit of insecurity, they tend to take a little. I mean, I'm not saying it's good to be insecure. Not saying that at all. But I just find that people who are a little bit insecure, it's usually because they try to take care of themselves and they want to, you know, and they want to present a clean image. They want to present a very, you know, a positive image of themselves. And they just see themselves maybe a little too clearly, and they dwell on the negative a little too much, but it comes from a place of wanting to look good, if that makes sense. I hope I'm not butchering my explanation there, but that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Nutty, I agree. Like the bikini, like let's put it like this. If this was a girl, you know what? I love the way you're saying that at the OnlyFans. If this was a woman who was taking pictures for her OnlyFans, people would say, "Oh, come on, don't do that on a trip, on a family cruise. Why are you, you know, taking these sexy pics on a family cruise?" Just because glitter and lasers doesn't look sexy shouldn't make it okay for her to be so exposed all the time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, just because you're unattractive doesn't mean that you're not overly sexualizing yourself. Just because you're not sexy doesn't mean you're not being sexual. Does that make sense? Like, she's not sexy, but she's still trying to be sexual. If she was sexy, if she had a very curvaceous and attractive body, she'd be a distraction wearing so little clothes. Like, she's wearing the equivalent of butt floss on somebody who's smaller. Like, the amount of her body that's covered is very tiny. And I'm not some kind of weird prude, like, oh my God, you can't wear a bikini. But let's just be honest here. If this was a very attractive, very curvaceous, very sexual, you know, traditionally sexual woman, people would say, hey, you know, be a little, you know, there's families here. Why are you dressing like you're doing a photo shoot? Can't you, you know, dress a little bit more modestly? So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why she treats everything like she's on a swingers cruise. She has better boobs in the back, to be fair. Like, she's got way better back cleavage. Like if she could turn her head around, she'd probably take a much better picture. She needs like a sun tent rather than a sunscreen. Yeah, agreed, Nirvana. Agreed. She's doing it for attention. She's doing it to draw negative comments. She wants people to say she looks bad so she could do a post complaining about fat phobia. That's the whole point. And if I'm not shying away from being critical, well, I'm doing it from a place of somebody who's been very heavy. And I'm, like I said, if it was a man, I would be just as critical. I just don't see a lot of really fat guys going around flaunting themselves like this. I don't. if they were there, I'd be criticizing them too. Like I criticized Boogie. I think he was horrible.
Our stateroom. That's insane. And that's the little path you walk to get to the island. So yeah, we're just trying to make sure that we have a ton of sunscreen on, guys.
A fashion model buys a ton of clothes, right?
I don't know if you can hear this, but they've just given us
good
the
advice.
announcement that we can go ashore. So we are headed to the elevators, which is, I'm sure.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I guess it just depends. Maybe it's more, it might be more difficult to find the time, but yeah, it makes more sense to go during the cooler months. And okay, let me give a little comment on the accommodations here. I think this cabin looks pretty nice. I'm surprised she didn't give us a tour of the cabin because the cabin itself looks kind of nice. So I don't know why we'd see that.
We're going to be organized chaos. Go enjoy the beautiful new Lookout Key Island. Let's go. Okay, so we're in the line to get on the island. Hey, Tracy. She does not like being on camera, but she does exist. And it's
I don't. I'm in your mind.
she's in your mind. It is
Welcome
a
to
really
Kitty J.
long line, which makes sense because this is the first time anyone's going to see this island. But normally, I would like hang back and go like slightly after the time to disembark. But because I
Yum, yum, yum. And that's, by the way, let me share this with everybody else. If anybody's not familiar, ice milk, great choice. I know that the words ice milk has kind of gone out of style. Like the name ice milk is really old fashioned. I think they call it now. What do they call it? They call it like reduced fat ice cream or reduced calorie ice cream or skim milk. I don't even know what they call it now. They've got a million different names for the same products. But ice milk, it's just ice cream, but made with milk and less cream, more milk. And it tastes basically just as good. And it's healthier. So yeah, definitely. Ice milk is where it's at. But it's easy to eat a lot of it sometimes. So just be careful. But as long as you know that, right? Right? She needs sunscreen. Like she needs like supernova screen. Yes, and absolutely. Hearts in the chat for KJ. I know that Kidney J's been going through it with all kinds of medical stuff, and she's a real trooper. So anybody out, I don't want to embarrass her, but hearts in the chat for KJ, right? Oh, interesting. Is that for seasickness? Very interesting. I will say I will agree with that. Empress Chavinin, Glitter and Lasers and Chantel are built very differently. Glitter and Lasers doesn't have the giant stomach, but she has those really big thighs. And those that's kind of where she keeps the weight. And that's kind of out of her control, to be fair. So I'm not gonna, say that that's something she should like. Oh, well, that's, you should try to have less weight here and more weight there. That's what you can't really change that. Hey, I totally get your crab apples. Welcome in, Loke Dog. Welcome in, everybody. All right, so let me let this run a little bit.
I am too also excited about the new island. I am here
especially if there were a bunch of kids.
Which is like 10:30. We are off the ship officially. We're not allowed to film through security.
And also, when you look at other people, I mean, I guess nobody here is wearing a swimsuit, but we always see Anna as like always the least dressed one everywhere. And she hasn't really been too obnoxious on this trip yet. I got to be honest. She hasn't been that bad yet. I'm not, except for the clothes, except for the bikini torture. She hasn't been so bad.
That's why you didn't see any of that. So you can see the ship behind me. There you go. It's not the best angle, but now we're going to get to the good stuff because this is just a ship. Y'all seen a ship before. Okay. So just giving you guys a heads up here. If
I respect that, Empress Chavinin. There's a shoe for every foot. And somebody out there likes it. I mean, she certainly gets plenty of views.
You are struggling or like not good with long distance walking. You might want to order a wheelchair or some type of accessibility to get to the actual island, because you have to walk. What would you say this is, Tracy? Like a quarter mile? Maybe a ways. Long enough to be annoying.
And again, another reason, let me point this out for anybody who's unfamiliar. I've covered Anna a few times now. Anna also perpetrates the lie at this point. There's no other way to describe it, that she's lost over 100 pounds doing exercise. She's claimed to did over 150 workouts a year. She claims to do lunges as a warm-up. She claims to constantly be walking and running. And every time she's actually had to demonstrate her ability, she did that 5K at one point. And yes, she completed it. But she claimed that she was doing what? She claimed that she was doing a mile regularly. So I don't see why that was such a big deal if she's regularly doing a mile. But anyway, the point is she's sponsored by a fitness app. This woman is allegedly sponsored by a fitness app. Not allegedly. She is sponsored by a fitness app. And this fitness app company, she says you don't need a personal trainer. You just need her fitness app. So
if you have struggles walking. So it's a 5K. That might be an excessive description, but I would say if you're not comfortable walking long distances, something to plan for, because it definitely is. It's a bit of a hike. It's going to get our heart rate up. JB. I will earn a beverage on the other side, but yeah, just something to think about. That, like, you can see it winding around there.
Okay, so I got to criticize this vacations place a little bit. And this is nothing about Anna here. This is, in my opinion, this is too far to walk. This is a really far walk. And it's not that I couldn't walk this distance, but the thought of having to walk this long bridge just to get off of the boat is just very unappealing to me. Like, why? Like, this is bad. I like, why don't they have something like some shade or something? This is completely uncovered. This looks really miserable.
To the right.
Look at this.
And we're partway through walking it. So again,
yeah,
mobility scooters are your friend if you have difficulty walking.
Agreed. That's what I'd like to hear too. We still don't know much about the Disney cruise itself. If this was a sponsored video, which I believe it is, it's not really providing a lot of information about the trip. But maybe we'll get more as it goes on.
I tracked it on my watch just to get an idea of how long this walkway actually is. It's a half a mile. So that's how long you have to walk.
Oh, wow.
It is hot as hell, but it's doable. It's not bad. But do I feel like a sweat monster?
Yes, thank you, Mouse Toes. She says that a lot. Anna's always claiming to be losing weight, but the weight never actually comes off. And again, I understand it's tough, but don't lie to people. Don't tell people that you have a solution for weight loss if it doesn't actually work for you.
Yes, but we knew that was going to happen today.
And also, she's also been taking weight loss medication the entire time and minimizing the effect that it's had. And I don't know how much effect it actually has had, but she's claimed that while doing this Copilot app, she's minimized the impact of the medication. So she's not upfront about her health, despite being a so-called fitness influencer.
That I was going to be disgusting, right? This heat,
maybe.
This humidity,
I don't know.
Gross. This island, beautiful. So I'll be the nasty thing in the beautiful place. I'm fine with it. Got here.
I've seen Anna swim. She knows how to, like, she swims like I'm trying to think. She swims like a seal. Like she's very buoyant. So she does well.
We are waiting for a tram, and we're going to go to the Goomba Cultural Center to do a little class, a workshop. Do we know what this is? No.
Susie Q, I'll agree that she does give more content, but my issue with Anna when she goes out is she treats everything like it's a set. She treats everywhere she goes like it's a set, and she treats all the people like they're actors in her movie. She is very tall. She is very tall. I don't know. I think she does Bible study typically on Wednesdays now, so I know that's where she usually is most Wednesdays. I think again, Empress, there's some things that I think Anna does okay. I just think that she needs to be more open about what she does. And I think she needs to be less aggressive with the rage bait, with the troll bait. Exactly. All right, let's let it run a little bit.
No idea, but that's the fun. We're going to find out together. Also,
oh, don't worry, Linda.
That I am already a little rough. We were on the tram. We might have waged a war.
Thank you, Steady C. Yeah, she gave us a very brief, she didn't really show us anything. She just had a video of herself with the cabin very quickly. Didn't show us the cabin, didn't show us the food, didn't really show us much of any of the entertainment on board the ship. But now that we're on the island, let's see what they show us on the island at least, right?
But we're on the tram. We did it. Congratulations to everyone around me. You won the war that was getting on this tram. I will say that it is not.
There were some pretty
I got to squeeze them thighs, as one might say, but we are here and we are still disgusting. So that hasn't changed. Look, consistency.
I missed the woman in the yellow, but I'll take your word for it.
We're here. And these
Yes,
are our
Cams.
favorite people, by the way. We actually met them on the Wish, and then we got to fortunately meet them again here.
So Anna met two guys here. They seem nice. I'll just say that.
And we've just been vibing.
Yes, totally vibing.
Shout out your handle.
No vacation required.
There is no vacation required. Yay!
Oh wow!
So
That
we
sounds
are heading
nasty.
to the Goombay Cultural Center to attend.
You know, Camps. That's something that's a side of Anna that I really is very humorous, but she doesn't show that enough, and it's that feels to me like that's the real Anna, that we don't get to see that very often.
And the workshop I was talking about.
Welcome in, Fiona's mom. No problem. Yes, and that's something that I got to say too about. She did, for real. Why didn't she get it on her legs too? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but if she was gonna get it done, she should have got it done on her legs. Welcome in, Fallen Angel. Don't worry, Fallen Angel. I think you just need the motivation, right? Just have a shark behind you. You'll swim just fine. Yeah, it's not it doesn't look fun to be in Anna's situation. Welcome in, Lady Nighthawk. Yeah, they seem nice enough. Not a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to criticize now I'm going to say this. I normally criticize Anna, but Anna has actually been pretty mild on this trip so far. Yeah, she had the horrible bikini, but that was only one scene, thankfully. I'm a little disappointed in the amenities on this trip. Like this arts and crafts thing, like this would be cool for families, but for adults, especially single adults, this doesn't really seem that appealing. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy doing this like a little bit, but it just seems, I don't know. As a single adult, I don't know if I would enjoy this.
So you just said
And I'll say this. I love how Anna never, and I'm serious. I really do mean this. I love that she doesn't let her lack of rhythm stop her from dancing. Like some people, they say, oh, I can't dance. Anna does not say she can't dance. She just gets up and does it, despite not having any rhythm. And I'm genuinely like, I actually think that's a good thing in a way. Like it'd be better if she could dance, but at least like the same way that I think she rage baits with the bikinis, the dancing is the same mentality, but I find it endearing, whereas I find the bikinis rage-inducing because I feel like one of them is meant to annoy me and one of them is just her being herself. I hope that makes sense.
most insightful thing to me. What did you say?
I said that the quintessential.
You got it.
I said that the quintessential character of the Bahamian people is taking nothing and turning it into something really beautiful, and that's
I'm
Junkanoo.
sorry, Fiona.
Yeah.
Mom.
And when we look at Junkanoo, I'm gonna zoom up on your outfit now. All of this glory is made out of things that would maybe otherwise be thrown away, like cardboard, scraps of paper, crepe paper. Like you can see here, this is a piece of cardboard. Now turn it around so they can see how stunning it is. I mean, gorge.
Yeah.
Gorge. And she made all this, by the way. She made all of this. She's a queen.
She is tall.
Okay, that was.
And I will, and you know something, and by the way, I don't think there's as far as the tall goes, tall is good. Nothing wrong with being tall. So yeah, I don't have any, I don't discriminate.
It was also so much fun. Like I had so much fun dancing in the bash. I think that's probably one of my most favorite like Disney festival parade things I've ever done. Like the energy was incredible, the people were incredible, the costumes were incredible, everything was great. And honestly, it was so cool to be able to be like on stage with them dancing. There was literally me and Joy, and that's it. And I don't know why they picked us to be up there and stay and dance, but you know what? Joy and I are forever bonded because A, she's awesome, and B,
Yeah, I gotta say that this cruise seems like it would be a lot better for a family than for singles, and I think Anna's not doing a good job articulating that. On one hand, she might as an influencer, she might not want to be honest and say that this is a trip geared more for families because that's her channel is not geared for families. So she doesn't want to admit that. But even as an influencer, it almost feels like it'd be better to advertise honestly and just say, hey, I had fun, but this is really geared more for families. So if you're going as a single adult, you just might want to keep that in mind. Because if I was, well, I wouldn't be taking Anna's advice on traveling anyway, but I'm just saying somebody might go on this trip thinking it's for, single people to get drunk and not realizing it's mostly families.
We danced together on stage at the first show of Rush. So we finished lunch. I ate a very...
let's get some hearts in chat for Fallen Angel and for Fiona's mom. Because I'm sorry, Fallen Angel, we're not going to ditch you here. You're awesome here, Fallen Angel. And Fiona's mom, I'm so sorry about your situation with your surgery. And I really hope that you get some good news and get some good recovery soon. Yeah, so everybody, if you don't mind, drop a couple hearts in the chat for some of the folks. I know we already dropped some for KJ, but maybe just a couple more, if you can. I mean, for Anna's case, she's probably going to strike out. Just at least she'll have an excuse for striking out then, right?
Very volatile ice cream. I mean, it's just so hot it instantly melted on me. So now I am covered in sweat and chocolate ice cream. So I'm delicious, baby.
Yeah, and I gotta say that I think that it's this sun, this heat. Anna's not really being honest here, because if I was here, I'd be saying the first thing that I'm noticing, there's no shade. Somebody who's from South Florida, the sun is so brutally hot that if you don't have any shade, you're going to get so badly sunburned. And just this whole beach is just so exposed. There's like no shade anywhere.
I am constantly amazed by how pretty the water is here. Like, look at that.
Welcome in, Willie.
My mind has been officially changed. I've been jumping around to create a TikTok.
Welcome in, Logical Lolly. Logical Lolly here says what Disney, living adult without kids, and loved it. Plenty to do for adults only. Hey, well, all right. Thank you. Then that's why I'm glad we have the chat, because I personally have not been to anything Disney since I was a young person. So I don't really know. So what? She's covered in sweat. Cans. Right? That's another thing. Glitter Lasers really fancies herself as like a fashion model. Like she's always showing herself that she's showing herself half naked and all of this. And it's one thing to be confident, but it's another thing to not take care of yourself and still want to be praised. If you want to be a model, you have to really take pride in your appearance. And it's not just about your size, it's about everything. It's about your whole appearance.
I pushed too hard. My heart rate's a bajillion beats per minute, and now I'm sitting in the shade to try to cool down. So that's where I'm at right now. It is hot. It is hot out here.
Okay, finally, Anna admits how hot it is. Yes, as I don't know if she's trying to be dishonest because of the trip. And again, we got Anna's bikini. She's got to show us. Get it out of your system. And I think it was Dot who said it. Yes, she does have better cleavage in the back.
Okay, so we caught a little white taxi to the long end of the island, which is my favorite part of the island, which is Serenity Bay.
I'm getting the impression this island is just not very finished. Like, look how all this landscaping, it just looks completely like they just fit it. They haven't even, it looks like they just installed it yesterday. And again, if they're offering a discount, that's cool. But if they're charging full price for something that's barely finished, feels a little bit unfair.
Which is the adults only space because I don't have kids and there's a reason why. So I will say being on the side with lots of the kids activities was still fun, and honestly not as many kids as I thought there would be. I had fun doing the kids stuff because I am a child at heart, but I do just want to go and relax.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Only exclusive zone. So bless this man.
I got to say, so I don't know what Anna's fashion style is. Anna's fashion style, for somebody, here's another thing that's crazy. Anybody who's not aware, Anna spends thousands, literally thousands of dollars every month on new clothes. Why doesn't she have anything that looks good? Like I'm just saying, like you'd think that she would have some really like cool outfits, like something that would really accentuate her shape in a positive way. But everything she has looks like it came straight off a rack and it was sized for somebody else.
We said that if Jesus wanted us to go to the adults only zone, he would send a white cap, and that's what happened. And so this was manifest destiny for us to go.
And I was saying earlier how I thought her skin looked pretty good on this trip, and I think that she just had good makeup on or something, because now we're seeing it's back to its normal state.
Relax away from.
And what's with these glasses? Like, are these glasses are so? I mean, on one hand they're massive. On the other hand, they kind of are the right size for her face. So I don't know if I love them or I hate them. Like I like that they fit her face, but I don't like these glasses at all.
Children. Okay, so this is a new suit for me. It's from Complex, and the boobs are moving, and I love it.
You know what, Nirvana? I actually have to agree with you on that, because this is not the first time I've seen her go out on the beach, and I don't want to be. I call myself Dr. Phil. Let me put on my little disclaimer. Doctor's disclaimer. I'm not really a doctor, so just want to put that out there. But yeah, this is not good for your skin. Even as somebody who's not a doctor, I could say firsthand that you don't want to get all this direct sunlight on your skin constantly. There's a reason that they have sarongs and cover-ups if you wear a bikini. You know, you wear your bikini a little bit, you show off your sexiness a little bit, and then you cover up because you want to leave a little to the imagination. And also you don't want to get too badly sunburned. Sunburn's one of those things that's cumulative. And again, I'm not a doctor, but anybody, add some more info if you have it, because this is as far as I've heard. Sun damage is cumulative. If you get too much UV radiation from the sunlight over the years, it builds up and it eventually causes more and more damage, and that can lead to skin cancer. So yeah, be careful. Yeah, she does use a lot. And even with all that sunscreen though, Anna just seems to like the sun, but the sun doesn't seem to like her.
This is the cabana that they have for us here on the Lookout Key, and this is on the adult side.
Low Dog actually thought about that the other day, and as much as on one hand people say, oh well, nobody cares about plus size people's fashion. As somebody who's been plus sized, I gotta say that the bigger you get, the more differences there are between people's body shapes. Like two people who are two people of a typical weight, whatever the average body mass index weight is, 20 BMI, their body shapes are going to be relatively similar if they're of a similar height. Whereas look at Chantel and Glitter and Lasers. They probably weigh a similar amount, but their bodies are shaped so differently. Glitter's got these giant thighs. Chantel has this massive fupa. There's no way they can make one outfit that's going to fit both of them, despite them both being technically the same size. They're both 6X, but they need completely different size clothes. So I think that's part of it. There you go. Her skin looks like that looks like she really is getting a sunburn at this point. And this day is not even close to over.
No children inside. Choice. So, come on in.
Yum.
I got excited about one thing and one thing only, which is that there is a Diet Coke.
To be fair, Crab Apples, I don't think anybody likes their back fat. and is her butt turning black and blue? Like, is this a bruise? What is this? Is this a bruise on her butt? Like, I don't even know what that is.
In here. And I'm in need.
Empress, I will agree with that. I will say that if Anna had no other options except being at home or going on these cruises, I'd say it's great that she's going on the cruises. But I think that Anna is not being honest with herself. Like, she goes on these cruises, but I just get the impression that I don't feel like she's happy at her size. I don't. She says she is. She acts like she is. But I just feel like she'd be happier if she got at a healthier size, because she claims to enjoy things, activities like traveling and being out and about, that her size limits her. And it's not just about appearance. Physically, it's limiting. When you're that big, you can't do everything that you want to do. And if somebody who wants to go on vacation and do these active vacations, she's limited in what she can do. And I just feel like she'd be much happier if she was able to do more. Agreed. Look at the
It
car.
just hits different when it's free.
Yes, Slow Dog.
But this is the cabana. It's super cool. And then you get this like little stretch of beach that's just for you. I mean, look at this. This is just yours.
Bless you, Mandrews. I had some family members who dealt with that. I had family members who they were older and they were of the generation that thought getting sun was healthy. I mean, and to be fair, some older folks are not aware of the dangers of direct sunlight for long periods of time. But younger people, the information's out there. We need to be aware of the dangers of direct sunlight, prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. So definitely, I try to avoid it. And thankfully, I don't have a lot of wrinkles yet. And I feel like that's partly because I try to avoid, strong direct sunlight.
There's places to sit. There's places to eat.
Welcome in, Oranges.
No children. The kids are away. I'm the adults.
Okay, this is probably
that's a
the
good
main
tip.
selling point.
That's actually a really good tip there, Dot. I was not aware of that. They make clothes that they're specifically designed to reduce sun exposure. I think that's fantastic.
Banner is that these loungers.
And another thing I don't get, Anna is always exposing her body in these bikinis, but for somebody who spends literally thousands of dollars a month on clothes, why doesn't she go to see a dermatologist or something? Like if there's truly nothing she can do about her skin, then I'm sorry for her. But there must be there must be some kind of moisturizer or something she could try, right? Like, I'm not an expert on skincare, but I know there's stuff you can do.
Or like being
medications
on a bed. Like a literal bed, like a mattress thick level bed.
Thank you, Fatty. Thank you, Fatty. And I'm not saying if you're heavy, you have to cover up, but I think everybody looks better if they wear something that flatters their shape. And Anna's shape is not being flattered by a bikini. It just isn't. She loves to wear bikinis, but bikinis don't love to be worn by her.
The joy I am currently experiencing here. I could sleep all day here. I might sleep all day here because it is.
She would.
Oh my gosh, exactly what I needed. It's just so good. I'm tired because I'm old.
She's tired because she's old. No, Anna, you're tired because you're obese. You're not that old. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that to be honest, you're not tired because you're old. You're not old. You're not even close to old. Heck, you're young. You're downright. You're practically young, Anna, but you feel old. And we know why that is. It's because you're very out of shape. Vampire, Team Vampire, Empress Chavinin and me, right? Hey, nothing wrong with. Oh, by the way, I am not anti-bikini in any way. If you look good in a bikini, rock that bikini. If you look good in a one piece, rock that one piece. But wear something that looks good on you, whatever it is. Flatter your shape, right? Really, I did not know that. That is interesting. That she got the chin but didn't get the anything. No, she really doesn't. Oh, I hope so. I really hope so. I think a lot of Anna's confidence comes from alcohol and maybe from pills. I don't know. I shouldn't say that without knowing
probably why it's for adults, because they understand that we're all falling apart.
Oh, no problem, Ace Swan. Glad to have you.
Tropical variation of it. Okay, we are officially
good
done.
Good point, Mouse Toes.
It is time.
Good point, Mouse Toes. Poor diet can cause your skin to break out. Too much oil. I know sugar can be an issue for some people, but I know it's a lot of people. It's too much grease, and I know that too much drinking alcohol and not being properly hydrated. Speaking of hydrated, I'm going to let the video run and get a water. I'll be right back.
For a nap, well, a shower, then a nap, and then dinner, because your girl is very tired. I'm very tired. Well, Tracy, what did you think of Lookout Key?
Oh, the water is amazing.
The water is amazing. It's hot, but I think that's just the Bahamas.
All right, I got my little sparkling water. Yeah, and again, I'm glad that Anna found a friend here, but I just feel like, and again, not to say what anybody has to do. I'm not trying to tell anybody what they have to do. Some people, they want to be single, they enjoy being single, that's great. But I get the impression that Anna would not mind having a boyfriend or some male companionship. And being on a cruise is a great time to, if you're single, why not try to meet somebody? Especially if you're going to be showing yourself off like that. But Anna doesn't seem to, I don't know. I'm having trouble articulating what I mean to say, but I feel like Anna goes on a trip where she could meet somebody and then isolates herself from anybody, from possibly meeting anybody.
So it was a fun day. It was a really fun day, honestly.
Well, that's a good point.
And the junk canoe thing, still my favorite thing. By far, my favorite thing. So do it. If you come here, don't miss it. Get there.
It's okay, Swan. Hey, as long as, like I say to everybody, as long as you give me a view on the replay, I am happy. And if you are watching that replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And leave a like, too, if you're enjoying the show. And please click that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of this content. It really helps the channel. Oh, and also sharing links. Anybody, if you'd like to share the link to this video, it'd be much appreciated.
First, make a headdress, dance with people. It's very fun. You know what I just realized, Tracy?
Crab apples, I'll be honest, neither do I. And you know something, most girls I've dated don't really wear like a ton of makeup. I mean, sometimes like going out, sometimes they'll maybe put on a little extra, but
See? We gotta walk all the way back to the ship.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with wearing makeup if that's what you like, but I think people should wear what they like as long as it's not distracting and it's not immodest. I think that's a good way to say it. As long as it's not distracting and you're not exposing yourself, wear what you want.
No. It's good for me. It's good for me.
Yes, oranges. Thank you. Thank you, oranges. I pointed that out earlier, too. I think that's why Anna always wears the bikinis and wears the least flattering bikinis she can. She spends thousands of dollars a month on clothes. She could absolutely buy some bathing suits that fit and that flatter her shape. She chooses to wear these bikinis because she wants to get negative attention. She knows that by being the fattest woman on YouTube in a bikini, that people are going to watch, and she's going to make a spectacle, and she's going to get some people saying she looks terrible, and she's going to be able to monetize those comments by calling them out and saying, oh, I got fat phobic haters.
We were going through security, and a man told us that a cart could come and get us to take us back to the ship. And you know what? I'm not above that. I'm not above that. So that right there,
oh, it's okay.
I believe is our cart coming to carry us to the ship. So you don't have to walk that half a mile if you don't want to. There is a cart that can come and get you. And
oh wow, fatty to fat. I had some family members who had benign skin cancer. Thankfully, it was benign. But yeah, I have some family members who they just were always out in the sun.
Thank goodness. I mean, I could walk it, I could do it, but I don't want to, so I don't have to.
Agreed.
And if you're worried about accessibility, if you're worried about getting there, and it feels a bit too far for you, you got an option.
Good point, Low Dog. Like there's so many. And to think, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are doing the same exact video kind of stuff, going out there and going on cruises, and they're really putting a lot more effort and quality into it. But because they're not a spectacle, because they're just an average-sized woman, they don't have anything especially, unique about their, they're not a freak show. In other words, they're not making a spectacle of themselves, so they don't get the attention.
Well, shock and awe. We thought we were going to take a cart, but a family needed it more than us, so we decided we're capable of walking, and they needed to get back to the ship faster than us. So it's fine. I'm going to enjoy the extra.
I'll tell you, Swan, I'm from South Florida, and I have not been to the Bahamas, but I'm from South Florida. I've been to the beaches, and in the middle of summer, the sunlight is just too strong. It's too hot. But if you go at a time of year when the sun is not quite so bad, it's beautiful. And I've got a feeling the Bahamas are the same way. I know somebody who went there, or went to the Cayman Islands, which is pretty close by in the Caribbean. They went there in the middle of summer, and it was so hot. They said they could just barely even go out. It was just too much. All right, let's let it go. And welcome to anybody I missed.
Exercise?
I know I missed some comments here.
We're going to hit a positive spin on this.
Agreed.
And then I'm going to drink a massive Diet Coke and just
I hope not.
sink into my bed and die a little.
Oh, thank you, Swan.
But like a good death.
So it is our last full day on the cruise, and we are ported at
You know what, Empress Shavadin? When you give up on it is a lot of times when you'll find the right person. I always like to share this story. And yes, everybody's different for everybody. there was a time when I was really like kind of down on myself, and I just, you know, just really was kind of down on myself, and I was really just having like no luck, and I was really like, sometimes you just don't mind being on your own, but other times you feel kind of lonely and you really want to, you know, you just, anyway. So I was just asking out some different, you know, girls that I'd run into, and there was a girl I met, and she was really nice, and she was really pretty, and she was really, you know, just everything about her, really liked her, and called her up a few times. She didn't answer, and this was back before, you know, the texting was really a thing. This is how old I am, right? And I called her up, left a message. A week later, called her again, left her a message. And then I called her up one more time, and I left the final message. And I was like, all right, you know, I was like, well, you know, and I decided, oh, I'm just gonna delete her number. You know, I don't want to keep bugging her. The very next day, she called me up. So you know what? Sometimes, right when you think that it's not gonna happen, that's when it'll happen. So you never know. You never know. When you stop looking is when you'll find it. That's what I like to say. I really do believe that.
Or whatever. We're at Nassau. The boat is at Nassau. And I made a little decision, which is an unusual decision for me to make, which is,
hey, he probably just likes being on time and not having to wait an hour for you everywhere, right?
I just want to relax today. I don't want to film. I know that y'all see me on camera all the time, and you're like, "Oh, that's having so much fun," and I am having fun. But it's also work to make sure we're filming everything and capturing everything. And I kind of just want to have some quiet moments to myself where I don't film. It is very unusual. I can't even speak today. Unusual for me to feel this.
See, I wish Anna would show us this buffet. Why we see the video is almost over, and she hasn't really showed us anything. Like this video hasn't shown us. Like, does anybody here really feel they know anything about Lookout K? All I know is that they made projects from tagboard, from cardboard. They made construction paper hats, and what else did they do? And there was no shade anywhere. That's basically, and they had to walk a really long distance. That's all I learned from this trip. Like, Anna did not do a good job telling me on this trip.
But
it is what it is.
I think I just need a break. There's some big things happening in my life, which I'm going to tell you all about very, very soon. I'm just waiting for some things to fall into place. And
big things happening in her life. What does that mean? Is she going to be sponsored by a new fitness app?
I need a little bit more me time than I usually do. So, in respecting and listening to my body and my needs, I'm going to listen to them today, and I'm going to just take a break. So
yes. All right. You know, let me actually go back because I wanted these because she right here. Let me replay this section here for anybody who missed it.
It was a fun day. It was a really fun day, honestly. And the junk canoe thing, still my favorite thing. By far, my favorite thing. So do it. If you come here, don't miss it. Get there first, make a headdress, dance with people. It's very fun. You know what I just realized?
In that picture there, okay, this is the part here where people are talking about in the chat. This is where she wanted to get a cart back because it was so far.
I'm not above that. So that right there, I believe, is our cart coming to carry us to the ship. So you don't have to walk that half a mile if you don't want to. There is a cart that can come
Nassau.
And thank goodness. I mean, I could walk it. I could do it.
Nassau. Welcome in, Logical Lolly. Nassau.
I don't want to, so I don't have to. And if you're worried about accessibility, if you're worried about getting there and it feels a bit too far for you, you got an option. Well,
and I got to say something. Whether you're really heavy or whether you have trouble walking for any reason, that is a really long walk to have to make. And if the Disney cruise people don't tell people in advance that they have to make this half-mile walk, I think that's kind of crappy on the behalf of the cruise line. Like, they really should make that clear that you need to be able to walk at least a half mile.
Shock and awe. We thought we were going to take a cart, but a family needed it more than us, so we decided we're capable of walking, and they needed to get back to the ship faster than us. So it's fine. I'm going to enjoy the extra exercise. We're going to hit a positive spin on this. And then I'm going to drink a massive Diet Coke and just sink into my bed.
Diet Coke and sink into the bed. Okay, let's go back to the end here. So, yes, her hair actually does look good here. I'll be honest. The hair looks good. This is as good as she's looked all trip. Like, this, she probably just took a shower or something.
Into place. And I need a little bit more me time than I usually do. So, in respecting and listening to my body and my needs, I'm going to listen to them today, and I'm going to just take a break. So this is the end of our vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed a first look at Luca Key.
So she just decided to take a break today. So she went to the beach one day. The other day she spent on the ship, and she didn't really show us much of anything on the ship.
I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on another cruise. And I just want to say thanks for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll check you later.
Well, welcome in,
as
Skitty.
we always do. Peace.
Thank you so much, Skitty Queen. Yes, please. And everybody, hopefully if you're enjoying the stream, please hit that like button. And okay, now we got Skitty Queen here. Perfect timing. We're going to be doing a retro react to Foodie now. So let me pull up let me pull up this real quick. Okay, that was our glitter and lasers update. This video was not a great glitter and lasers video. I'll be straight up. It was average. It was okay. She was not like a total drunken mess. She did not wear her bikinis like the entire time like she usually does. It could have been much worse. Hold on a second. Let me put on the bumper. Let me load up the other videos real quick. One second here. Okay, so some background on this Foodie video. This, in my opinion, is the single biggest Foodie video since she got to Kuwait. The most important one. This is when everything changed for Foodie. Anybody who did not see this video the first time, definitely you're going to want to pay attention to this. Anybody who has, I think you're gonna enjoy seeing it again because it's been over a year since this initially aired. So, okay. I'm surprised Foodie keeps this video up. First thing, shocking. Look how much smaller Chantel is, and look how much better her makeup was here. Like, this is just, like, she looks so different here. Like, she looks so much more vital and so much happier here. And I think this is back when Chantel still had hope that Salah and her could maybe be a real couple. For some background, this video here is about less than a month after Chantel first got to Kuwait. This was when she was still perpetrating the lie that Salah was taking care of everything and that she was meeting his family and she was going to be good with his family. And that was the pretense of this trip. Oh, yes, absolutely, Crab Apples. Please do. Yes, I would please share Kidney J's channel and Nutty, share your channel. Any of my mods, if you have a channel, feel free to share it. Yes, please. Agreed, Nutty. That's one thing I don't like about Glitter and Lasers. She's very dishonest about what she eats and what she drinks. She likes to make it seem like she lives on protein powder and protein drinks, but what she eats, but you can clearly see she doesn't. Oh, Foodie. Yeah, Foodie's been putting out some newer videos. I've been watching them, but they haven't really been good enough to react to, in my opinion. Like, she's done some, like, what she's been eating is crazy, like, as far as the quantity. So I might take a quick look at it just to total up the calories. But the retro react, I feel, is a little more interesting at this point. Look a bit hippie. Yeah, I'm glad you agree, Mouse Toes. I'm just trying to mix it up. Yeah, the power outage. She had a big crisis today. Her power went out for an hour or something. Okay, so let's let this run as I read through some comments.
Guys, welcome to a new adventure in our channel, Salah and Chantal.
Yes, guys, welcome to Camping in the Desert. We are so excited for you to come with us. Yalla.
Let's go, guys.
She does, yes. Chantel looks so much happier here. This is back when I think she still had a belief that Salah was actually, she and Salah actually had something together. Like, she really believed that she could trick Salah into having sex with her at some point. Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. This is the one where at the end, this is when she had her big falling out with Alette. Anybody who's been around for since the beginning of the Kuwait arc knows that Salah had a friend, a fellow named Alette Shabib, and Alette and his wife kind of Foodie and Salah visited them, and Foodie managed to really upset his wife. She insulted his wife. It was just really bad. They had a big falling out, and it all began from this camping trip. She was big, but she's put on like 100 pounds since then. I really do believe it. I agree with that, Boaz. And I will say a power outage when the heat is that hot is, it's not fun, but I don't know if it would qualify as a disaster. turn down this music just a little bit. Look at Chantel's glasses. Look at how they fit. Look back then, she was still wearing a normal size glasses. Look at the size of her glasses. These glasses are still normal sized. She didn't need the novelty glasses because her cheeks hadn't gotten as big yet. See? See how they sit? They don't sit on her nose, but they almost sit on her nose. They're not like now where her face has gotten so big she can't actually wear regular size glasses anymore.
All right, here we are.
Nacho, nacho man. I want to be a nacho.
Nice. All right. Gonna show you the camp.
It's considered as a living room. We call it Beit al-Shar
Oh,
or Beit Shar.
nice.
And to anybody who says they prefer Glitter and Lasers videos, I'm going to say that back when Chantel actually went outside and did stuff, I kind of enjoyed her videos. Not because they were good, but just because it was interesting to see how awkward she was with Salah and to see how uncomfortable she was doing stuff like a normal human. Like going to this thing, there's nowhere she could sit down. Like, how is she going to get back up? She can't sit on these floor mats. This just isn't going to work.
You sit on the ground there, right?
There's the electric there. You can use it.
Oh, electric, nice. For chargers and things.
Mm.
And this is the lot water tank.
I got to say that I know it's the desert, so it's just, I mean, the desert can't help but look barren. I mean, of course, it's a desert. It's going to be full of sand and not a lot of trees. It can't help look any different than it does. But this just reminds me of Mad Max, you know, like the way that it just reminds me of that barren Australian desert type thing. I guess one desert looks much like another, but it just feels very, very ramshackle, even though I don't know, maybe this is normal for a campsite out there, but it feels kind of ramshackle.
Is that the barbecue?
Yes.
This is the kitchen. There's a kitchen. That's cool. Oh,
Yeah.
gas.
Small kitchen.
Oh wow, hippie stuff.
Nice.
Is it still out, or is you currently out, or is it okay? I missed if I hope you're all right, Kippy East. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get some better news. Oh, that sounds delicious. Oranges. I've actually been doing okay on my diet this last week. I finally started to lose some weight. I finally am back down below 190. Lost a pound for the first time in like 2 weeks. So I'm happy with that. I've been trying to diet and I've been doing okay. I just haven't been doing as well as I want to.
Oh, has everything you need.
Yum. Okay, now this is interesting to me. See this sink? This proves to me that, and I know we all know this already, that the sink that Chantel has in her house is kind of small, but even this campsite, looks to me like a normal sink like I have in my house, like out in the West. Most of us in the kitchen, we have a double sink like this. Chantel's sink is like this tiny little hand wash sink, and I'm not trying to sink shame, but it's so weird that they have like this. She has this kitchen, but it's really like just a converted bathroom.
Tea set. Gas stove.
This is a bathroom. Arabic style.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
What? Uh-oh. Wait.
Well,
have
thank
to
you,
explain
Crab
this
Apples. Thank you.
to the North American people.
Right? At
So
least I
you
didn't
go like
gate. Okay, this toilet here. Does anybody else think that Chantel would actually use this toilet? I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's seen it, but you're gonna. I don't think she actually had to use it. I will say think Salah was excited to see this because you know he's the scat man.
This. You put your feet here, like that way, and then you squat, and then you wash with the water here. That'll be interesting.
Salah says, "You put your face here, Sharmuta."
Oh, a bath.
You can take a shower here.
Yeah, you can take a shower here. Look at this. Isn't this? You take a shower right next to the toilet.
Nice.
You can stand in the toilet and wash your feet.
Right.
Well, at least we don't have to go in the dark.
I mean, I guess
Thank you.
You finished from eating? No,
it is. I'm a shaver.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I agree.
there's double style of bathroom here.
I love how Chantel gets so excited. Listen to her voice when she sees this. When she sees this second bathroom.
There's double style of bathroom
Oh, she's so excited.
double style
Oh,
there's double style
Oh.
of bathroom here.
that is a double.
There's double
Oh.
style of bathroom here.
Oh. So
What?
excited.
Nice. Double style.
Don't sing shame.
So we have 2 bathrooms and 1 kitchen for now. And the first living room, we saw it.
Yes. We have a tent here. Oh, wow.
There's some so
Okay, now here's the actual living room where Chantel might actually sit down. This is, and again, just to point out, this camping trip, the reason why this is so significant is Salah's family comes to the camping trip.
and living room here also.
Wow.
She actually meets his real family on this camping trip. His real family and friends show up.
I think I'll spend most of my time in here.
Grouping with the friends, families.
Sleeping here.
Mm.
Sweet. Very comfortable.
And the electric here if you want to use any charger or
Yeah.
anything you want.
Here, Chantel can plug her. Here, this is for Chantel to plug her CPAP in so that she could sleep here on the floor.
Use any charger or
Yeah.
anything you want.
And then who's gonna sit in this chair? Not me.
This thing looks like a prison. Like this. Like I imagine that the other half of this is like they could like put a chain around the outside of this thing and they trap you inside there if you don't pay. You know what they do? They lock you inside there and they beat it with a wiffle ball bat like you're a human piñata. That's what they're gonna do to Foodie if she doesn't bring back the water.
Yeah, try it out. Another sitting area here.
Well, at least you learned, right?
Is it comfy?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's nobody wants to lose their independence, and I have a lot of sympathy for anybody who has a difficult situation through disability, medical, whatever the reason why, if they need some help, I'm very sympathetic. But someone like Chantel, who's chosen to eat themselves into disability and beyond, eating themselves into requiring help just to do basic things, it's a lot harder to feel sympathy for her because she's choosing to maintain this. She could at least work. I'm not saying it's easy to lose weight. It's not easy to lose weight, but she could at least be trying to work in the right direction instead of actively making herself less healthy.
Yeah, very nice. Totally fixed.
Exactly.
We're the
That's
first
why
ones
this
here,
is such a big
so
deal.
we're getting to film before everyone gets here. Wakey, wakey.
Yes.
We have more work.
Who said this?
We have this other seating area here.
This, it's outside area to sit here. And this here we have an AC.
Okay. Let's do a thought experiment.
Oh.
Let's do a thought experiment. If anybody here, if you had like to introduce Foodie to your family, like let's say that you ended up in a situation where let's pretend that Foodie was not on the internet and you just met somebody like Foodie, and she was like your new coworker, or maybe she got assigned to be your roommate in college or something, like how would you go about introducing her to your family? Like what would you do if you had to introduce her? Would you would you lie and say that you didn't really know her and like just pretend you didn't actually know her? Would you try to hide her? Like what would you do? Like I don't know.
Nice. Maybe I'll sleep here.
We did sleep here. I like this. We slept here. I don't think Shala slept with her in there. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting to me that Chantel, they have all these group activities here, and Chantel wants to stay in the room with the air conditioner by herself.
Ooh.
Slowly, careful.
Yes.
See the AC?
It is hot. Hottest time of
Yes,
day
Cart.
right now. Noon to
Thank you.
4. Let me just show around here. Another
No problem, Swan. Have a great night. Thank you for
here.
coming.
There's another tent here.
Yes,
Are you
Fallen
laughing at
Angel. That was a big part of what caused the falling out. I'm going to mention that a little bit more as we go on. But yes, Alez's wife and the other women there were very kind to Chantel. I think they even offered to help her wash. I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, but they offered to help her stand up. They basically did everything they could to be nice to her. And then let's see what happened.
Oh, wow. There's a whole other area here. So there's like 3 tents or what?
Fantastic hippie stuff.
Wow.
That
Oh,
is
TV. There's a TV
I'm just so happy to hear that. I'm always happy to hear people having success with their health. And I'm glad to hear that this Manjaro is working, because if it's working for you, maybe it'll work for other people too. And I love the idea of there being some more tools we could use to help ourselves maintain a healthy weight. I think that's fantastic.
camping.
Yeah, if you want to watch something, movies or play games.
That's amazing.
This is back
That's
when
pretty
Salah,
cool.
when
Yeah,
Salah was still. This is back when Salah was still pretending that he loved her, like at least for the camera, he pretended. I mean, I guess he still kind of pretends it, but this is back when he was trying to act like it, like really, really laying it on thick. He was still pretending they stayed in the same place together. Chantel was still pretending they slept together. This was back when she was still pretending their relationship was real.
This place to have a seat with your friends, with your family, especially at the winter. Okay, you can open the
I
doors
just wouldn't.
and the fire will come inside. So it'll be like a
Nice.
Welcome in, Angel.
It's very nice.
with the Arabic coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Agreed, Nirvana. Agreed.
And these little benches, I sat on one, and you can also.
Yeah, Foodie has gotten really big and really let herself go, but there was a time when she didn't look bad.
Lean against them on the ground. They're pretty comfortable.
yeah, for the back.
Yes.
It does look like it's. I mean, I'm no electrician, but I will say that it looks pretty quickly thrown together. This doesn't look like the most professional job. I'll just say that.
Nice. I want to sleep outside tonight under the stars.
And also we can play volleyball here.
Ooh, good
I
point,
challenge
Nutty.
you.
Good point. Chantel really, and I'm somebody who I like to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to things in general. I'm generally I like to just. But Chantel, as far as I can tell, really does seem to have an issue with other women. She absolutely, I mean, even look at the reaction channels. She goes off on Sarah Jane. She goes off on FFG. She goes off on some others. I don't really keep track even. But she rarely says anything about any of the guy reactors. Like I almost feel bad. I never get a mention. I know my channel is very small, but yeah, she never really says anything about us.
No way. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, that's a
I used to play
interesting
in high
theory,
school,
Low
and I
Dog.
always.
I'm sorry I keep pausing the video every 5 seconds, but I really like this. Really interested in a lot of these chats here. And that's a great point. I think that Chantel likes to perpetrate the idea of herself being this serious Muslim, especially back when she first came to Kuwait. Remember when she didn't even curse for a while? She said, "Oh, I don't curse." Remember when Salah kicked her because she said "but"? That was back when she was really trying to perpetrate that lie of being the serious, devout Muslim wife. And so she, of course, said, oh, I need to pray. I need to do my prayers. And she had to do the wudu, which is where you clean yourself, you wash your hands, and I guess your feet as well before you do the prayers. And absolutely, she couldn't do it herself. No way could she do it herself. So that's a great point.
Lost, but I can try. You're tall.
Yes, back when he thought he was getting to Canada.
I tried playing soccer with him, but I lasted 1 second. So I asked Sal if he can take me to look for the animals that I hear going. Oh, is that it? No. Somebody has goats or camels or something. Let me
Yeah, I hope he doesn't see you like that.
see. Yay! I knew I heard it. Oh, cool. I thought it was a petting zoo, but it's actually people owning this. They own the animals. Aww.
Oh, so what's this? I missed all on. So this was a part. I missed this part. So this was also in the camping trip. Let me go back a little bit and see. So they also went to go see this too.
They own the animals. Aww.
I guess this must have been near the campsite.
Cute.
So there was this like little cat. Most of the wild cats are not very friendly. They don't approach people, but this one was, and it waited outside of the kitchen all evening for our scraps.
I think so too, Oranges. You know something, that's actually a good point. I think that's another reason why she dislikes. I think that's why Foodie tends to go after women more, is because she gets jealous. I think she's jealous of other women, and I think that is why she tends to get more upset with the other women reactors, where she doesn't get jealous of the guys. I think that's a good point. Oh, there you go, Nutty. There you go. Obviously, because any attention is good attention, right? You know, something is probably true, though. It probably is, in a way. She in the back of her mind, well, you know, hey, I don't want to burn that bridge, right?
So now we are preparing the coals for the food. We are
Coals for the food, or the coals for the shisha.
having charcoal barbecue. Salah and the men prepared this. I'm very nervous around hot coals and fire, but I gave it a try just for the video, just so you guys can laugh at me, I guess, trying to do this. But I like trying things I wouldn't normally do. So, and I love the smell of the charcoal. It's such a nice smell.
Foodie is acting so extra here. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. Is it true that she's really that scared of fire? Like, I've never seen Shed. Like, I think she likes to act like infantile so that Salah will be like, oh, no, Foodie, here, I'll protect you. I'll show you how to do that. I think she wants to act helpless so people will she does this very, like, she acts very immature, like a little girl. Like she thinks that's cute or endearing. I really do think she believes that.
We had a variety of foods, shish taouk, kebab, salads, and more.
Good point. Agreed, Nirvana. Agreed.
I thought the smoke from the grill with the moon looked really.
And I'm going to say something that's, you know, not to make it about me, but when I was younger, when I was in my teenage years, I was, you know, I used to think to myself, oh, you know what? I used to get jealous of my classmates sometimes. And then I said to myself, what have I really done to help myself? What have I really done? And I thought about it and I said, not enough. And then I decided to stop being jealous and start working on myself. And that was a very positive thing that I did, I believe.
Really nice. It was hot in the day, but finally cooling off at night. So perfect time for some tea in the desert. Yum.
Unfortunate, but I agree.
Do you want some Arabic coffee?
Yes, I will get some. I'm sure you guys how to sit comfortably here. It's actually really comfortable. I didn't think sitting on the ground would be.
Okay, so here's the night. This is the part that allegedly the Salah's family and friends are here while this is being filmed, while they have the food together, because we're about to see the food that the women there prepared. Look at how she's trying to look so. I mean, Chantel has tried so hard to like really like. I'm trying to think of the right word. She's eye effing the camera kind of here. Like, look at that. It's like, look at me, I'm so pretty. Oh,
look, Wildcat. These are the sand cats, I think.
Where are you going?
Tal.
Tal.
Tal. You enjoying your time in the desert?
I agree with that.
So much, especially with you, honey.
Always with you.
Let's go in.
Yes, let's go. Yalla.
Yalla.
We said it at the same time. Take your shoes
I
off.
agree, oranges. I know there are like some guys out there who like the whole bimbo thing, but that's not for me. I mean, I'm not into that. I like a woman who's got a good head on her shoulders.
Welcome.
You are most welcome, guys.
You're welcome in here.
We want the spectacle.
تفضلوا.
My best man, husband. In Arabic, we say Zaji.
Yes,
Cute.
Slow Dog, she has. I love this. And this is the cringe. This is the cringe that we don't get anymore. And this is why I don't watch Chantel's new videos. This is what I want to see. Chantel, if you're listening, you're probably not, but if you are, this is the content that I personally want. I don't think you care, but I want to see you and Salah being awkward together like this. I want to see you declare your undying love for Salah and then watch him pinch your cheek and say, so cute.
My best man, husband. In Arabic, we say Zaji.
Cute.
She's getting a little hot flash there. She's getting a little flustered. You see her fan herself down?
Cute.
Woo hoo woo woo. Oh wow, Salah just lighting her fire.
This is the outside area. It's so nice and relaxing here. We're gonna do the fire here at
I
midnight.
personally think Foodie has gained over 100 pounds since this video. And that's partially because of how big she looks like she's gotten, but also just from the amount of food she's been eating. She eats like 5,000 calories a day, it looks like sometimes, or more even. So there's no way she can't be gaining weight eating like that.
When it's become cold. It's so quiet and peaceful over here, guys.
Yes,
Very.
that we're about to get that scene in a moment. That's the scene that's coming right up. Oh, mouse nose! I love how you. That's very very prosaic. They're both together, but they're both alone, right? Very insightful. I think that's a great point. Together but alone. And they're done. Oh, don't you remember Nirvana? This is when Chantel was telling us that it was illegal. Don't you remember when she said it was illegal to kiss in Kuwait? Remember when she used to say that? She's given up that lie. But back then, she was still perpetrating the lie that, well, it's illegal to show public displays of affection in Kuwait. Do you want to, that's Islamophobic. It's Islamophobic to ask us to hold hands. It's Islamophobic to ask us to kiss. You people are Islamophobic because that is the law in Kuwait. It's the Islamic law. And you want us to break the Islamic law. And that's Islamophobic. That's what she used to say. I wish I was joking. Yes, Smoke Dog. And remember, back then, another interesting thing to point out, back then, we all used to say, why does Salah put up with Foodie? Why does he put up with her? Now that we know he's secretly a freak and secretly got these like weird, really, I mean, just creepy, weird ideas. Yeah, now it makes sense. That grilled beef did look pretty good, though. I'll admit that. You know, fresh grilled beef always looks pretty good to me.
All right,
Okay.
here's the spread. We all eat together, and it's just a wonderful gathering. Everyone put in so much hard work. Oh my gosh, let's talk about this food for a minute. The rice, the capsa rice, and
Now, this food here looks pretty darn good. And as Fatty the Fed and a few others have mentioned, Foodie did not actually help cook any of this. She edited out some of it, but in a minute she's going to explain who made the food.
All the grilled meat, breads, fresh vegetables, fresh chopped salad with parsley, cucumbers, tomatoes, and then there's some garlic, yogurt. Yum. This was our little corner. The rice has raisins, peanuts, and spices, and it's my favorite capsa rice. Oh my gosh. So after dinner, the men smoke their shisha around the fire, and the women do their own thing. And
I mean, yes, I do know it's true that it is. You're not allowed to have like a public display. You're not allowed to like make out. But I do believe you're allowed to hold hands, though. I do believe that like some small stuff is allowed. But I do. Yeah, you are right.
Camera,
though. It is some displays of affection are illegal.
And chestnuts, which were very delicious. So I'm by myself right now. Just
okay. Here is the big scene. Here is the big scene. And again, let me introduce this for anybody who's not aware. They didn't show anybody else in the video, but Salah's family and friends were here, including Aleh and his wife. And they were preparing. That's who prepared all the food. So let's hear Chantel describe how it went down.
Right, because my migraine is coming back.
Her migraine.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I had a bit of a migraine. I think I told you on my Foodie Beauty live stream, but I have a bit of a migraine. I think because during the day it was pretty warm. Nothing compared to the summer here. It's winter now, but the sun is down and it's cool. I feel so much better. I just want to say, wow.
She used to get migraines. Has Foodie had a single migraine since this video, by the way? Oh, that's right. Now she has sciatica. She doesn't need migraines anymore because now she says she has sciatica. I love how Foodie's illnesses she has like a Rolodex of disability. It used to be migraines and now it's sciatica.
Salah's not here and doesn't know that I'm going to be editing this in. How much I love him. Like,
how much I love him?
I knew I loved him. Obviously, I loved him before I came here. But being together has made such a difference. There's just so many signs that we're just meant to be together.
There's so many signs.
And I just really love him.
I just really love him.
What makes me really love him the most is how well he's taking care of me while being here, how caring and loving he is and understanding and patient with me as I'm transitioning into trying to become a better me, healthier.
You will lick the toilet seat with your tongue, you dog, you sharmuta.
For me, away from drama, away from toxic people in my life. So yeah, Salah, I love you so much. Habibi.
This is just so cringe. This is so cringe. This is the stuff. This is why I started watching Chantal. Anybody who asks, like, how can you watch Chantal? She's so boring. This video is like cringe distilled. Like if cringe was a drug, I would get an overdose from watching this. This is just, let's watch some of that again. Like she could not be pouring out more fake love for this Salah character who doesn't even like her. Meanwhile, the women who came here, who cooked this food, she told them she had a migraine. She did nothing to help clean. And in the original version of this video, which some of you may not know this, there was an additional scene which was edited out upon request of Salah's family, where she says that the women served them. And apparently when it was translated into Arabic, it came across like they were servants. And they got very offended by this. So they had to edit this part out. And that was what initially caused the fallout between Chantel and Salah's family. That scene is no longer in this video, but that was the scene that initially caused that.
People in my life.
But this interaction.
So yeah, Salah, I love you so much.
Welcome to Cherry Bob.
Happy.
Good to see you today.
I have a new friend. His name is Sam II and BBJ II.
So cute.
It's waiting for the chicken bones at the end of the meal. Eh? Yeah.
And I hate the way that she talks about like, oh, BBJ II, Sam II. If that was BBJ II, you'd have already given him away. Or given her away, whatever. But you get my point.
So we had a really nice overnight. And on the way home, I was so happy to see some camels.
Oh, yes. And
Finally,
on the
I
way
get to
home,
see
on
some.
the way home, just so you folks know, they stole the water. That's right. You may be asking, what do you mean stole the water? Well, they were in the desert. And in the desert, yes, they do have those tanks of water for washing up, but that's not to drink. They had bottled water to drink. The families, everybody had brought some with them to the campsite. Salah and Chantel left the next morning before anybody else woke up and took all the water. They took all of the bottled water and they left none for anybody else. So when everybody else woke up, they had to go drive for like 40 minutes or something to the nearest place where they could go get some fresh water.
Camels up close. So I hope you enjoy the ending and the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Can I go up to one?
Yeah, of course.
Hi.
I agree with that, Patty. Showing her wrist. Ooh.
Hi.
Yes, and they did show the kids originally as well.
Hello, my friend.
Camps, I don't know if she's trolling or she really is that stupid. I can't even tell. But it's a good point. Don't give chicken bones to animals. The chicken bones can split and splinter, and they can cause they can be harmful to eat. Yeah, don't serve those. Yeah, don't give out chicken bones. Yeah, definitely. They left like first thing in the morning, right? When it was still dark out. The water was all they brought. They took the snacks too. I think they did actually. I think you're right, Angel. Oh, that's right. Did she? Is that what she said? She claimed to have minded the children. I don't remember that part, but I could see that. But she basically said she had a headache and that's why she couldn't clean and why she couldn't cook. So yeah, it was that was the incident that kind of ended Foodie's social interaction with Salah's family and friends. That was the last time they did anything like that. First and last time. After this, she claimed to see his family a couple times, but there was never any. It never actually happened.
Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Aww, we're friends. Hello.
Foodie is just so fake with these camels.
Goodbye, buddies.
Agreed, Rosebud. Welcome in, Rosebud, by the way. Nice to have you in tonight. Agreed, Fatty to Fetch. Kids stand watching kids. I think that's they're finally gonna really celebrate. The first time they're gonna celebrate Chantel is when she leaves. Oh, that's right. They took the paper, they took the snacks and the water. And I forgot about that part. Thank you, Oranges. I appreciate the extra details because I did forget some of that. Although it's been about a year, to be fair. Okay, and for our final candidate of the night, our final member of the Girl World group for the evening. Let me put on the bumper really quickly. And welcome into anybody I missed tonight. I appreciate it very much. All you folks who come in. If you're enjoying the show, please smash that like button. It helps out a lot. And anybody, if you'd like to see more of this content, please click that subscribe bell. A large percentage of my viewers are actually not subscribed. And if you're enjoying the content, that's the best way to stay informed of when a new video or new live is coming on. Probably. Well, you know why? They take all the food and they get in the way. She can't get all the attention when the kids are there. I think that's what it is too. I think Foodie likes being the center of attention and kids get in the way of that. Okay, so today we've got a sweet madness for our final Girl World, our final Girl World exhibition, I guess we'll say. So, a sweet madness. Let me give a little introduction here. Just going to do a quick rundown for anybody who missed it.
Feel free to ask as long as.
This is a sweet madness. She is a scammer, straight up scammer as far as I can tell. She's always claiming to have all kinds of illnesses and need money. And let me just give a 2-minute intro of all the illnesses she claims to have. And I know some people have seen this already, but for anybody who's not familiar, I like to do this as the intro.
Yeah, I have chronic migraines. I have
Just like Chantel.
sleep apnea, osteoarthritis in both knees, lymphedema, lipedema. I had breast cancer. They don't know if the cancer has spread because they're really not going to look for trouble since I'm showing no symptoms and my tumor count is low.
By the way, tumor count is low. Is that a thing? Do they really have like a tumor count measurement? Is that like an actual statistic they do? Like what do they mean tumor count is low? Like I thought any tumor count, if it's above 0, it's a big deal. Like having any tumors was a big deal, I thought. But yeah, and also how crazy, just to reiterate, I know I mention this every week, but if a doctor thinks you have cancer, they're going to inspect. They're not going to say, oh, well, we don't need to look. We don't need to look if you have cancer. We don't need to check for that.
I have bursitis in both shoulders. I have no disc between my C6 vertebrae, which leads to loss of feeling in my right hand.
The only cure is disconnecting your internet.
On a regular basis. I also have carpal tunnel in my right arm. They say that I'm starting to get carpal tunnel in my left arm. I have, did I say lipedema?
Oh, yes, starting to get carpal tunnel. Somebody the other week pointed it out. I don't remember who, but they mentioned there's tests they give you for carpal tunnel. They don't say you're starting to get carpal tunnel. They just give you a test, and either you have it or you don't. And I actually once was diagnosed for carpal tunnel. They said I did not have it, and they were able to quickly figure it out. They said, no, you don't have carpal tunnel. You actually have a problem with your neck.
Lipedema. Weak ankles.
Don't look for
obviously. Trouble. And I know I'm forgetting something.
Good point, Fatty.
But that's just to name a few things. That's just the main major things. I'm also diabetic.
That's just the major things, though. That's just, she deals with a lot of minor stuff, too. She's also diabetic.
That is super well managed for my weight, surprisingly enough. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have all the things that somebody of my weight should have because my weight is not based off of, or I've not gained weight from overeating.
Yeah, she the reason why, even though she's overweight, she's in good health, despite saying that she has everything in the world. She's in surprisingly good health because her weight is not caused by overeating. It's not from overeating. She doesn't overeat. You might think she overeats, but you'd be wrong. She doesn't.
I've gained weight from lymphedema. And so it's fluid buildup, not overeating. Did I overeat as a child? Yes. But as I started to get older, that changed. And a lot of people just don't understand that just because somebody is overweight, it's not because they eat a lot.
Right? Like some people just get overweight without eating. It happens. Like some people, they don't eat and they get really fat. Like they put on like 100, 200 pounds of body fat without overeating at all. It just happens sometimes, right? Like, doesn't it?
But
and let me also give a disclaimer. I'm not a real doctor, and it is possible to gain weight through fluid retention. That can happen, but that will typically be something that a doctor can diagnose. A doctor will figure out if you're gaining weight from fluid retention, and it can be resolved usually with some kind of medication or some kind of treatment. This is not fluid retention that she has. She may have fluid retention as well, but this is somebody who's massively overeating.
But having said that, that's the majority of my issues.
Good point.
Like I said, I know I'm forgetting something, but it is what it is. And
she also has memory loss from no, I'm just joking.
So yeah, that's what I know now. I hope that answers
okay, so that's our introduction for Sweet Madness. So how does a Sweet Madness survive with all these horrible illnesses? That's a good question. How does she make it through the day? Well, thankfully, she has some good people. She has some really wonderful people in her life who help her out by donating to her when she needs money. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at how she does it. Here she is in Walmart. And she's live.
Okay, I need help thing because I have 2 different cards to use.
Okay, yeah.
And cash.
Can help you.
Okay, so let me give a little background on this video here. She's about to check out at Walmart, And she's saying to the lady at the cash register, I have to use 2 different cards because I'm tight on money. So let's see as she's doing this, she's going to start talking about how she doesn't have enough money to pay for her groceries, and she's going to have to put back some of her groceries. Let's see what the people in the chat have to think of that.
So you only have 2 cards.
I have 2 debit cards and cash I need to pay with.
When you're finished paying, just let me know.
Agreed.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
There's one here in the window open.
Oh, okay, I didn't want to be rude. I'll just wait and use this.
Okay, so she's live streaming in Walmart, talking about how she can't afford her groceries.
I'll just do this.
Let me turn this down just a little.
There we go. Hold on.
Let me skip ahead just. I don't want to miss the important part, but some of this in the intro skips a little bit. Wow. I mean, and it does happen. To be fair, some people do retain a lot of fluid, but like your friend, it usually is something that can be resolved. It's usually something that through medication or other medical treatment. I don't want to. I'm sounding ignorant now, but it's so usually something that can be treated. So let's let the video get to the point.
So you're fine.
Sure, why didn't I do that? That was totally
Well, absolutely, it's full of junk, but she doesn't even show us what she's eating. She doesn't really show what she gets, but the interesting part is how she pays for it. Watch this. I don't want to spoil it, but watch how the people in the chat start donating money to pay for her groceries. I'll speed it up a little bit because it keeps pausing. Here we go.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the part where they start sending her the money, because that's the funny part. Where's the part where they start sending her the money?
Ma'am, I grabbed 2 of these and I only meant to grab 1.
Okay, here he goes. She starts saying now she has to put back her groceries. She starts saying, oh, I have to put back my groceries. I grabbed too many. I can't afford all these.
Ma'am, I grabbed 2 of these and I only meant to grab 1.
She says, oh, I only meant to grab 1.
And then can I talk you into help? I just need 1 of the big bags. The big cloth bags.
People are donating because she can't afford her groceries, crab apples.
That way I can just put it all in
groceries.
one bag. No, just the cheapest of the biggest.
Yeah, people are doing it directly through her PayPal.
That won't be big.
Oh, geez. That's.
But I want to do just 1 bag.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The one on the bottom should be big enough.
I'm glad to hear you're doing better now, though, thankfully. I wish that this quality of the stream was better. It's a little hard to watch.
It's $1 something, I think. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but she's just eBaying. That's why she's doing this right now.
If you can just help me bag it.
Yeah.
I want to double bag the meat separately, like each one in separate bags. And then the
exactly.
rest,
She's saying she can't afford anything. Let me skip ahead
I think I can do on my own because
I wish this video was a little better quality.
That's not it. You all are amazing, by the way. I just want you to know that.
What she's doing is she's checking out at Walmart so people can donate.
I'm just going to do it all on one card.
Oh.
Yeah, these amazing people on TikTok just paid for my groceries.
Yeah, these people, there she just says it. Listen to that. These amazing people on TikTok just paid for my groceries. So here, put it all on one card. So originally she was going to have to split the groceries between 2 cards, but now she's saying, oh, the people just paid for my groceries, so put it on 1 card.
Yeah, these amazing people on TikTok just paid for my groceries. So, y'all are amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Buying steaks.
I'm incredibly grateful for all of you all.
Why did I think of that? Just go to the grocery store and go check out and then just sit there and that's what I should do. Next time I do a live stream, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to start saying about how I can't afford this and I have to put this back. Oh, I'm so sorry. I accidentally grabbed 2.
Ooh, no one cash back. I think that's right. Score. Groceries are paid for, then there's a woman help me bag them.
And the people in the chat, if I had money, I would gladly help you out, but I don't get paid till Tuesday. There's people in her chat who are working for a living. At least I assume they're working. And they are working to support this woman who has 9 cats, 2 service dogs, and a full-time home aide.
Receipt required. You all are amazing. Thank you guys.
Exactly. Don't forget her 9 cats, and her 2 support dogs. Yep. 9. 9 cats, 2 support dogs. Apparently, the support dog needs a support dog. The service dog I think the service dog needs a service dog as well. That's my understanding.
No, I didn't bring my fur babies. Thank you. You're amazing. I have food stamps, but when you try to buy healthy food, it's more expensive.
You see, that's the thing. She has food stamps, but when you try to buy healthy food, it's more expensive, okay? Jeez. Haven't you ever seen somebody eat healthy before?
And I blew through my food stamps buying produce and healthier food.
Yeah, she blew through her food stamps buying produce and healthier food. So excuse me if I'm trying to eat healthy, okay? And if you don't like it, you don't have to donate. Indeed.
Yay.
She is trying to buy healthy produce, okay?
Are they finally fixing this mess? It's about damn time.
Yep. It is disgusting.
The thing about food stamps and disability is it's not enough to live on. Like disability, they don't give you enough to live on your own. And food stamps, they don't give you enough to feed yourself on your own.
They don't give you enough to feed yourself and your 9 cats and your 2. And let me, by the way, I don't want to sounded like an elitist or anything. I have a lot of sympathy for people who are struggling financially. I've certainly struggled plenty of times. And if you need to use some assistance or a food bank or something, I don't want to shame anybody for that. But what's going on here is very different. This is somebody who is exploiting the system, exploiting the kindness of others, taking advantage of people who are kind-hearted. And I don't like that. I don't like the way she's this person's scamming people and taking advantage.
I am. So that's why people on disability struggle so much. Like at one point I had 7 people living in my house.
She had 7 people living in her house. Is she implying that she had to take care of all 7?
Same, Tanya. At one point, I had 7 people living in my house just to make bills. And that's when I was working. So imagine.
You know, crab apples, I think, I don't want to sound jaded, but I honestly feel that at least for some of them, I know some people just like animals and they just ended up with animals they can't take care of for one reason or another. That's a separate thing. But I really do believe, like, look at Chantel, that some people, they take advantage of the fact that they know people like animals. They know some people are animal lovers, and they know that if they say they need help financially, they have a better chance of getting help if they say they need it for their pet. They know that if they say, oh, I need money for a vet bill, I need money for cat food, they know that people will donate because they know people don't want to see their animals suffer. It's like when people say, oh, I need money for my kids. They know that people are more sympathetic for children or for pets. And I really do feel that some people, like this Sweet Madness person, take advantage of that.
What it's like when you're on disability.
Yep.
You make a third of what you were making when you were working.
What?
And you are reliant on food stamps to buy all your groceries because every penny of your disability check goes to.
Aw.
Yes, I went to college.
I like dogs too.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. Sorry.
That's a good point, Oranges. That is a good point. And I will say this, that I'm not here to tell somebody how they should spend their money, but I know for a fact that a Sweet Madness is not eating healthy. This person is always eating junk food. I saw her eating an entire dish of fettuccine Alfredo for a second dinner.
For the unflattering angle, but the bag of groceries keeps trying to slide.
I'd like to see what she's buying. I really would, but the Sweet Madness won't show us what she's getting because she's getting nothing but healthy produce, right?
There we go.
Oh, wow. See, I'll tell you, sparkling water has gotten expensive too. I buy it when it's on sale, so it's not so bad, but it has gotten pricey.
Yes, it's supplemental, but you can say supplemental all you want to somebody who's on disability. That doesn't negate the fact that that's literally all the money we get. Like, my disability check does not cover all of my bills. That's why I started selling Unique in Color Street, was to make a little extra money so I could get groceries outside of the food stamp amount.
I have a sympathy for people who are struggling financially. Again, just want to make that clear for anybody just tuning in. But a Sweet Madness is a scammer. A Sweet Madness doesn't matter how little money they have, or how much they have, they're always going to say they need more.
Because I was sick of making lies, the lies you tell, but thank you, Totes.
Yeah, agreed. This person's a scammer. I get a very negative feeling from them.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, why I started selling Color Street and Unique. I started doing that because it brought in extra money, and anytime I wanted to purchase from either one, I got some of my money back in the form of payment.
Hold on. So in other words, this person was selling products so they could buy more products. I thought they were selling them to supplement their food stamps. Let's hear that again. This person was selling a pyramid scheme. I'm assuming it's pyramid. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually good products. I don't know what they are. But the point is, a Sweet Madness is selling what sounds like cosmetics in order to get more cosmetics. How is that to supplement your food?
So, like, for example, if I were to buy something from Unique, I get 20% of it back. So it doesn't cost me nearly as much.
Yep. And also is always complaining about people who refuse to move aside to let her pass. She's always complaining, oh, these people are intentionally not letting me pass. It might be. Welcome in, MTG Kenny.
Well, I
probably true.
understand reading disabilities are hard. They don't, for the most part, keep you from being able to do work.
I am not 100% sure of her living situation, but I will say that she lives pretty well for somebody who claims to be struggling so much. Like, her house looks spacious. She has plenty of room for her 9 cats and her 2 service dogs.
Disabilities that a majority have that I'm discussing here are ones that keep you from being able to work, from being able to get up every day and go to a shift at whatever job. Okay, great. I could get an online computer job, but how do I keep a schedule when most days I'm too sick to focus on answering phone calls, or I have such a migraine that the thought of putting a headset on and taking calls is unbearable.
MTG Kitty, I am actually going to replay a clip for you because this is my favorite clip by Sweet Madness. This is the Sweet Madness listing all of her ailments. We're gonna get back to this in a minute. Let me play this for you.
Have no disc between my C6 vertebrae, which leads to loss of feeling in my right hand on a regular basis. I also have carpal tunnel in my osteoarthritis in both knees, lymphedema, lipedema. I had breast cancer. They don't know if the cancer has spread because they're really not going to look for trouble since I'm showing no symptoms and my tumor count is low. I have bursitis in both shoulders. I have no disc between my C6 vertebrae, which leads to loss of feeling in my right hand on a regular basis. I also have carpal tunnel in my right arm. They say that I'm starting to get carpal tunnel in my left arm.
She's got carpal tunnel in both of her arms. She's got bursitis in both of her shoulders. She has 2 bad knees. She has a bad hip. She has bad back. She has lymphedema. She has lipedema. She has diabetes. She has tumors. Lipedema. She has breast cancer. She has
weak ankles, obviously.
She has weak ankles.
And I know I'm forgetting something.
But none of this is from overeating.
But that's just to name a few things. That's just the main major things. I'm also diabetic, but that is super well managed for my weight, surprisingly enough. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have all the things that somebody of my weight should have because my weight is not based off of, or I've not gained weight from overeating.
She's going to talk more, but I think that's the most important part there. Apparently, none of her disabilities are from overeating.
I've gained weight from lymphedema, and so it's fluid buildup, not overeating.
But isn't that a treatable thing? Can't you take like diuretics and get the fluid off? But
did I overeat?
And in fact, you know what? I think this is a good thing to end it on because it's right around my ending time anyway. It's been about 2 hours. I do have to get some sleep tonight, folks. Thank you everybody for coming in. I'm sorry for ending, for cutting you off, but it's getting around closing time. It's getting around closing time here. I really appreciate you folks. You're a fantastic audience. Let me put on a little bit of music to play you off. And let's let this play out a little bit. And we'll let Sweet Madness.
Eat as a child, yes, but as I started to get older, that changed, and a lot of people just. I'm not going to argue this with you guys. To do medical billing and coding, you have to go to school.
Good night.
You have to get a license.
Well, thank you so much, MTG.
And you have to be able to pass all those tests. I can do none of those.
Very. He's well prepared. Good point.
What did C Long
Weak ankles.
say? I missed what they said. What did they say?
All right, everybody. Good night, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, Fallen Angel.
Because I can't
I will
memorize
be here
all
again
that
next
shit.
week. I will be here again next week, everybody. I appreciate you all, and I'm always happy to see you folks. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will be seeing you around next week. Hopefully we get some better content out of Chantel because I like to cover Chantel and she needs to do some more interesting stuff. So there you go. Humped and dubbed. I'm sorry, Oranges. I don't have Hannibal or Skinny Queen on tonight, I don't think. So I'm just going to say, everybody, good night and have a wonderful evening. I will see you all around. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, everybody. Oh, please hit that like button if you enjoyed the show and leave a comment if you'd like to let me know what you think about the subjects for tonight. I hope everybody has a wonderful week and I will see you around. Good night, everybody.